New trouble for reality TV stars Todd and Julie Chrisley. The couple expected to turn themselves in today, facing charges for financial crimes. Paula Ferris is here.
In this video, we'll be first talking about Todd and Julie's marriage, and then we'll move on to the case which is filed against them. And then finally, move on to how their relationship is after the verdict. So in short, we have you covered with everything you need to know. So, beginning with their marriage, before marrying Julie, Todd actually had married his childhood sweetheart, Teresa Terry, from 1990 to 1996. They already had children named Lindsay and Kyle before they got split. After Todd and Julie got married in 1996, they added son Chase the same year, daughter Savannah in 1997, and son Grayson in 2006 to their family. After Kyle's personal troubles, Todd later obtained custody of his granddaughter Chloe in 2013. Since then, the couple has raised the young daughter by themselves. The couple encountered a serious obstacle when Julie was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2012. After that, she had a double mastectomy, after which she went into treatment. Julie told the Tennessean in 2018 that her husband, quote-unquote, never flinched, and persuaded her to undergo the mammogram that detected the health concern early. That particular incident, in their opinion, elevated their connection significantly. Since the debut of USA's Chrisley Knows Best in 2014, the couple has been openly discussing their marriage with the audience as the theme of their own reality program. Todd and Julie have persisted in talking about the importance of their close relationship both on and off camera. They have continually expressed their love and appreciation for each other. To mention one of them is from May 2020, when Todd posted on Instagram a tribute to Julie, his wife, saying how fortunate enough he is for her, as she's the one he has ever loved, and that she helped him prosper spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, and financially. He further added that she is the best mother he could have for her kids. While describing their marital life, Todd said that no one else ever came between them, and no third-party abuse or addiction caused a problem in their marriage, ever. The couple were always grateful to God and blessings to help them get through difficult situations in life. They wondered how so many people came to them to ask for advice and how they were able to help them through it. Now, let's move on to the case and the trial which both Todd and Julie Chrisley had to go through. A federal grand jury accused Todd and Julie in August 2019 for forging papers to obtain up to $30 million in bank loans for personal use, and this led to the trial and eventual conviction. Shortly after, Todd and Julie handed themselves up to the authorities, claiming no involvement and pleading not guilty. A second allegation was submitted in February of this year after the Chrisleys' original accusation in August of 2019. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Atlanta, the jury found the two guilty of all charges against them on Tuesday after their trial had been ongoing for almost 3 weeks. They will receive their penalty afterwards. Prosecutors claim that before the Chrisleys rose to fame on reality television, they and a former business partner lied to banks in the Atlanta region in order to secure millions of dollars in illegal loans. According to them, they made extravagant purchases such as inexpensive automobiles, high-end clothing, homes, and trips while repaying previous illegal debts with fresh ones. Prosecutors claim that Todd and Chrisley later declared bankruptcy and got away with more than $20 million in debt. The Chrisleys allegedly provided false documentation to banks when they applied for loans, according to the prosecution. In order to rent a property in California, Julie Chrisley allegedly also provided a fraudulent credit report and fabricated bank accounts. A few months after moving in, the pair allegedly stopped paying rent. And on top of all this, to prevent the IRS from pursuing Todd Chrisley's overdue taxes, they allegedly utilized a film production company they owned to conceal revenue. Not only that, but federal prosecutors claim that between 2007 and 2012, Todd, his wife Julie, and their accountant Peter Tarantino filed phony bank records and misrepresented their income in order to get loans. The office later revealed that the couple had actually overpaid the state and had a net liability of less than $77,000 in overdue taxes for just 1 year of incorrect filing. This was after the Georgia Department of Revenue suspected Todd and Julie of trying to dodge nearly $2 million in state taxes between 2008 and 2016. In spite of that, a total of 5 charges of bank fraud, 1 count of conspiracy to commit bank fraud, 1 count of conspiracy to deceive the United States, and 1 count of tax fraud were each brought against Todd, Julie, and Peter. Julie was also accused with 1 count of wire fraud and obstruction of justice, while the accountant was charged with 2 charges of knowingly filing fraudulent tax forms. Todd and Julie Chrisley may end up spending up to 30 years in prison. Later on, they will receive their punishment. Todd Chrisley's lawyer, Bruce Morris, stated that they were, quote, disappointed in the verdict, and that they were planning to file an appeal. Todd posted a message after the indictment denying any misconduct. He said they have, quote, nothing to hide and they have nothing to be ashamed of. He posted a photo of his family on Instagram with a caption stating they have tons of hard evidence as well, a bunch of corroborating witnesses to prove their innocence. Todd put the blame for the legal trouble on a fired employee from 2012 who had been stealing from them for a long time, according to the Chrisley family. Todd stated that in vengeance, the employee sent phony documents to the U.S. Attorney's Office and claimed that the family had engaged in a variety of financial crimes. U.S. District Judge Eleanor Ross granted the Chrisleys' request to stay free on bail after they were found guilty, but she put them on home detention with location tracking, which means they're only permitted to leave the house for things like medical appointments, work, and court appearances. The ruling further requires them to inform their probation officials of any expenditures of more than $1,000. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Atlanta, Peter Tarantino was also found guilty of conspiring to defraud the United States and knowingly submitting fraudulent tax returns. He is also free on bail. Now, as we mentioned that the bail had spending limitations, some dedicated supporters of the Chrisleys were inspired to send money to them. The couple, however, made it very clear in their infamous podcast that they do not need the money, gifts, or the flowers. If anything, the best gift they as fans can give the family is prayers. It's very easy to guess how difficult it must be for the couple to go through the accusation of stealing millions of dollars from the bank, not paying taxes to IRS, and having 12 counts of charges against them. Not just that they ended up with the verdict of being guilty on all of the pressed charges. Given the stress of the circumstances and the fact that they are currently both in house arrest together, their 26-year marriage must have definitely been strained and stressful. But here's the catch. Although Todd Chrisley himself admitted that they were struggling right now, but not in their marital life, he says that amidst the verdicts and the pleas, their marriage is better than it's ever been. Todd talked about how the circumstance has made their marriage stronger on a recent episode of the Chrisley Confessions program on podcast. He mentioned how, because of all the mess in their life, their marriage is a feeding part of him as he was starving. He mentioned how now they understand each other a lot differently than what they have in the past years. He appreciated his wife saying, quote, "I feel like you've opened up more since all of this," end quote. To this, Julie said how they have always been together no matter what since day one. Comment down below, what do you think will happen? Will the court allow the appeal? Will they come out as innocent? We can still hold out hope to hear directly from the couple as their show named Chrisley Knows Best is renewed for another season. But before you leave, like and share this video and subscribe to the channel.